Transformers, more than meets the eye. Autobots wage their battle to destroy the evil forces of the
Hello everybody, this is Toys R Us. For this special figure showcase, we can have a look at the 1987 Decepticon Target Master Misfire. What we can do with this video, we can have a look at him in both of his modes to help you decide how you want to display him. We'll also have a look at his Target Master partner, Aimless. So what I'll then do is point out things that you need to be aware of if you have to purchase one for yourself. And then I'll also show you his updated version from 2017 and the Titans Return line. Before we get started, I want to dedicate this video to a new subscriber, David Rich, and I hope he enjoys it very much. And also anybody else who's out there who's not a subscriber at the moment, if you'd like to hit that subscribe button for me now, please, because it really does help this channel out. Right, let's have a look at him then. So he came out in 1987, Series 4 or Wave 4 of Generation 1 Transformers, and I think he looks really good. Now, I'm going to admit straight off that I'm very biased towards this guy. Unfortunately, his head doesn't turn at all, but I'm very biased because I did have one of these as a kid, not this one unfortunately, and I just loved playing with it. It's so good, it's so basic, but I just really like it. I think what I like about it most is the fact that it does look futuristic. Let's have a look at the robot first though, and believe it or not, for a Generation 1 figure, this guy has quite a bit of articulation. We've already seen that the head doesn't turn around, but you've got movement of the shoulder, up and down, not all the way, and the reason why is because that is restricted by the whole back of the plane. That's a negative straight off, obviously. The huge complete rest, half of a jet kibble on his back, but to be fair, he gets away with it. It can cause problems with standing, and in all honesty, it's probably one of the main reasons why this guy's getting a bit tougher to find. Over the few years I myself searching for some, a lot of these were broken because it's just hold together there. You've just got that tiny hinge on there, the bit of plastic, so it's easily damaged. Anyway, back to the articulation. So you can see there we've got what you would call either bicep or elbow joint. We've even got a little bit, okay, this is for transformation purposes, but a wrist movement. Then we've even got hips, see, top of the legs, unbelievable. And then there's actually a knee one as well. I know that this is for transformation purposes, and I know that that would probably look horrendous if you were doing a proper pose, but it does have a knee rocker and indeed an ankle one. Again, all for transformation purposes, but you can see what I mean. So it's just quite a garish pink, but not just a brick, because he can do stuff, he can move around. So the things to look out for first and foremost is obviously this guy, his Target Master partner, Aimless. He is so fragile, and that's due to these clips on the back. You can see there's a stress mark there already, and for that reason I'm definitely not going to be transforming him. All you would do is you would just fold the legs up there, and then these parts, the tops of his legs, you can see are his blaster. You can also see that he's been put inside Misfire because you've got a bit of pink plastic around there. But great little figure. Funny enough, he's just had a update as well, hasn't he, with Titans Return. And yeah, you'd fold him in half and he would then become a gun, which again I think is brilliant. Let's have a look at the alternate mode then. And again, well, I think that's probably the reason why I like it. I mean, it just looks like something. Even now, you don't see many ships like this. With all the sci-fi films and, you know, programs that we've had since 1987, you don't see many things like this. And as a kid, 8 years old in 1987, I'd seen nothing like it. So I love the blue translucent plastic on the front. Unfortunately, you can do nothing with the window there. The stickers play quite a big part actually in both modes. You don't want it to be too plain without them. And one of the other things to be aware of, I used to, not myself, but when I was buying them, I was never happy because a lot of them always had sun fade. So that is something to be aware of. You can see that these are his legs folded up, and there his little boosters there. So there's his knees, and there we've just folded his arms in. So the transformation process is incredibly simple. You've got the wheels there. One thing to just point out, which I don't really know if it makes a difference to yourselves, but without Aimless in either mode, he is completely unarmed. He doesn't have any weapons at all, whereas Trigger Happy obviously has some built-in guns on the wings, and of course so do some of the other jets, but this guy here, none at all. There he is. Brilliant. Now, I've got to confess, this is not a Misfire box. I'm not lucky enough to have one of them, but I am going to show you the Misfire box artwork. But before we do so, let's have a look. So this would be the back of his box anyhow. It's 1987. It's the year of the Headmasters. And we've got, of course, the major two, the Autobot, massive Headmaster Fort Max, and the Decepticon little Scorponok there, and then all the rest around it. This is, in fact, funnily enough, a trigger happy box. But I love to show the artwork, and just in case you're new to this channel, you don't know what this book is, and I've never done this before, but I just had the idea. This is the Legacy book, and it's got all of the artwork for all of the bots in there. So there is Misfire's box art. Although I haven't actually got a box, I can still show you the art. There it is. Brilliant. One final thing then, and this is probably going to sound controversial, but they did update this figure in there you go. That's to do with the back kibbles. That's something else to be aware of. I'll keep that in, I'm not fussed. So in 2017 they updated the figure with the Titans Return toy line. Not only is he smaller, granted he's got huge amounts of articulation, far much more, but I just don't think he's as good. What they did, which I didn't like, I was trying to word it properly, is they made him a Headmaster, which of course he isn't. He's a Target Master, and there he is. That's the 2017 version. Granted, loads more articulation. You can say that he looks good, but for me, again, I'm biased, totally biased, and I'm not gonna change my mind. This is a good figure, of course it's a good figure, but I prefer this. Anyway, that's enough of my opinion. I know I'm probably going to get quite a few people disagree with me, but that's the beauty of collecting. We all like what we like. Let me take this guy out of the way, and I'm just going to round it off now just by popping them all there together. So in my opinion, I think that he displays brilliantly in either mode, and just a great toy. Very basic, very simple. Hope you guys enjoyed looking at him, and for those of you who say you didn't know about either of the newer or older versions, I hope you found it interesting as well. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. Like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.